Hey, science lovers! Today, we're diving into some of the most fascinating and mind-blowing science facts that you probably didn't know. From the curvature of lasers to the sleeping habits of hippos, get ready to have your mind blown wide open. We're going to explore the weird, the wonderful, and the downright unbelievable corners of our universe. So strap yourselves in because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get started. You know how we always talk about things being straight as a line? Well, get this. There's actually no such thing as a perfectly straight line in the real world. If you were to zoom in close enough on anything, even something that seems perfectly straight like a ruler's edge, you'd start to see tiny irregularities. Everything in the universe is made up of atoms, and those atoms are constantly vibrating and moving around. Even a beam of light from a laser, which we think of as being perfectly straight, actually curves ever so slightly due to gravity. Einstein showed us that space and time are curved, which means that even the paths of light rays are bent by gravity. So, the next time you hear someone say straight as a line, you can impress them with your newfound knowledge. Just remember, things aren't always as they seem.
Have you ever wondered what deaf people dream in? It's a fascinating question, and it turns out that many deaf individuals who communicate using sign language actually sign in their sleep. There was this incredible case study of a 71-year-old man who had both rapid eye movement disorder and severe hearing impairment. Researchers observed him during his sleep and were astonished to see him using fluent sign language, even though he was completely asleep. Studies have shown that deaf individuals who use sign language regularly often incorporate those same hand movements and gestures into their dreams. It's like their brains are hardwired to communicate in that way, even when they're not consciously aware of it. This phenomenon provides incredible insight into the power of the human brain and how it adapts to different ways of communicating. It challenges our traditional understanding of language and communication.
What's the happiest country in the world? If you guessed Finland, you're absolutely right. For 6 years running, Finland has topped the World Happiness Report. Imagine a place with stunning natural beauty, a strong sense of community, and of course, saunas. Lots and lots of saunas. Finland also has a fantastic social support system, with excellent healthcare, education, and a strong emphasis on work-life balance. And let's not forget, Finland is also the official home of Santa Claus. Who wouldn't be happy living in the same country as the jolly old elf himself? They have one of the highest levels of trust in the world, both in their government and in each other. So what's the secret to their happiness? Well, it seems to be a combination of factors, from their beautiful surroundings to their strong social fabric.
Okay, picture this. A giant hippopotamus gracefully gliding through the water. But here's the shocker, hippos can't actually swim. I know, it blew my mind too. You see, those massive bodies aren't built for buoyancy. Their bones are incredibly dense, which makes them surprisingly heavy for their size. So instead of swimming, they sort of walk along the bottom of the riverbed or lakebed. Hippos can even sleep underwater. They have this incredible reflex that allows them to bob up to the surface, take a breath, and then sink back down again without ever waking up. They're like underwater ninjas, moving stealthily through their watery domain.
Have you ever gazed up at the moon and felt a sense of wonder? That glowing orb in the night sky has fascinated humans for millennia. It's the same moon that people all over the world have been looking at for centuries. Different cultures have their own myths and legends about it. But here's the thing. The moon you see might not look exactly the same as the moon someone on the other side of the world sees. Isn't that intriguing? In fact, in the southern hemisphere, the moon appears flipped. It's true. This phenomenon can be quite surprising if you're not expecting it. The orientation of the moon changes depending on your location on Earth. This is due to the way we view the moon from different angles on our planet. So, while someone in the northern hemisphere might see the familiar man in the moon, someone in the southern hemisphere would see that same image upside down. It's like a cosmic trick. It's like looking at a picture frame from different sides of the room. The image appears flipped depending on where you're standing. This simple analogy helps explain the moon's changing appearance. So the next time you're chatting with someone from a different part of the world, see if they see the same moon you do. It's a fun way to connect and share our unique perspectives on this celestial body.
Ever dreamed of being an astronaut floating weightlessly through space? Well, it turns out that even in the vast emptiness of space, you can still enjoy some earthly pleasures, like playing with a yo-yo. In 2012, astronaut Don Pettit took a yo-yo with him on board the International Space Station and proved that the laws of physics can be pretty awesome. Yo-yos rely on the principle of conservation of angular momentum. In the microgravity environment of space, a yo-yo can spin for a really long time. Just imagine floating weightlessly in a spaceship with a yo-yo effortlessly dancing up and down the string. So, the next time you pick up a yo-yo, remember that even astronauts can enjoy this classic toy. It's a reminder that science can be fun and that the possibilities are limitless, even in space. We all learned in school that plants are amazing because they can make their own food through photosynthesis, right? This process is fundamental to life on Earth, as it forms the base of the food chain and produces the oxygen we breathe. Well, get this, plants aren't the only ones with this superpower. Take algae, for instance. These fascinating organisms are often overlooked but play a crucial role in aquatic ecosystems. While they're often mistaken for plants, algae are actually a diverse group of organisms that can range in size from microscopic single-celled creatures to giant kelp forests that can grow up to 60 meters long. They thrive in various environments, from fresh water to marine habitats. And just like plants, they contain chlorophyll, the pigment that gives them their green color and allows them to capture sunlight and convert it into energy through photosynthesis. This process is vital for the survival of many aquatic species. But here's where it gets really wild. There are even some animals that can photosynthesize. This phenomenon is known as kleptoplasty, where certain animals incorporate photosynthetic elements from their food. Sea slugs, for example, have figured out a way to steal chloroplasts, the tiny organelles where photosynthesis takes place, from the algae they eat. This allows them to perform photosynthesis themselves. They incorporate these chloroplasts into their own cells, essentially becoming solar-powered slugs. This unique adaptation helps them survive in environments where food might be scarce. So, the next time you're marveling at a plant's ability to photosynthesize, remember that they're not alone. This incredible process is shared by a variety of organisms, each with their own unique adaptations. There's a whole world of amazing creatures out there that have found their own unique ways to harness the power of the sun. From the depths of the oceans to the forest canopies, photosynthesis is a truly universal marvel.
Pregnancy is one of the most life-changing experiences a person can go through. It brings about a whirlwind of emotions, physical changes, and a sense of anticipation for the new life growing inside. But what if you could be pregnant and not even know it? Imagine going about your daily life completely unaware of the tiny miracle developing within you. It sounds like something out of a movie, but it's a real phenomenon known as a cryptic pregnancy. This condition can leave even the most observant individuals completely blindsided. Cryptic pregnancies are rare, but they do happen. They can be baffling for both the expectant mother and medical professionals. In fact, it's estimated that 1 in 475 women don't realize they're pregnant until they're at least 20 weeks along, and 1 in 2,500 women don't find out until they're in labor. These statistics highlight just how elusive this condition can be. Some women experience very light or irregular periods, so they might mistake the signs of pregnancy for a menstrual cycle irregularity. This can lead to months of unawareness. Others might have a tilted uterus, which can make it difficult to detect a growing fetus. This anatomical variation can obscure the usual signs of pregnancy. It's a fascinating example of the complexities of the human body and the incredible things it's capable of. The human body never ceases to amaze with its ability to adapt and sometimes conceal such significant changes. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these mind-blowing science facts, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Keep those brains buzzing, and remember, there's always something new to discover about the world around us. Never stop questioning, never stop exploring, and most importantly, never stop learning. See you next time.